Alright, greetings everyone, this is Ronan Mac here, and imagine my surprise when I woke up this morning and looked in the Steam store and discovered that Hitman Blood Money was on sale for $2.95. Had to pick it up. I do have this game for PlayStation 3, but I never play my PlayStation 3 anymore, so I figured for under $3 I'd go ahead and pick it up and play this as well. And I was happy I did, because the gameplay and graphics and everything are a little bit better than Hitman 2, even though Hitman 2 is a lot of fun. And this is just sort of a lesson in why not to ride the Ferris wheel at crappy amusement parks. They all have bombs on them, if you didn't know. The Hitman Blood Money is a little more cinematic, got a little more options. Just overall, it's a better game, even if it is obviously a straight out and out console port to PC. In fact, I had to do a little bit of tweaking to try to get this thing to run in 1080p, which for Hitman 2 is impossible, but I think this should render out at 1080p, but we'll see.
5 years since the tragedy closed the gates of Southland Park, but new evidence
is claiming malicious prosecution and believes he'll be vindicated at
every
last.
penny of his
The
fortune
so-called
defending
legal
himself
Eagles
from these
dream
lawsuits.
team defending Southland Park over Joe.
There were people flying everywhere. Body
So they're just kind of giving a rundown of this Swing King dude is definitely a bad guy, and this poor fellow's son died in that tragic Ferris wheel accident, and apparently he's got a couple of bucks to spend and decides to order himself the best hitman around. I don't think drinking tea will bring him back either, but thinking that this phone call will bring him a little satisfaction in the end. So, Joseph Clarence is the target, and this mission is actually sort of a tutorial in game, which is good because I haven't played this game in a long time either, and I've never played it on PC, so I'm not familiar with the PC controls, and which will become apparent a little later on, but I work it out in the end.
This training level will introduce to you the various skills and techniques required to effectively undertake the missions ahead.
So you can see the graphics are a little updated. The water looks a lot more realistic. It's one of the things that programmers always improve on, is just the ambient look of the background of video games. A little more detail. You'll see posters and signs and stuff that you can read in the background.
Welcome to the States, 47. This should be a straightforward operation. We need you to penetrate an abandoned amusement park, locate the owner, and take him out.
Abandoned ice cream
The
truck.
target is a
They do these cut flashes and stuff, which kind of spruces up the in-game experience. You can see what's going on elsewhere. A lot of times they use it when you plant bombs or when something's going on that you need to know about elsewhere in the game. So
Mr. Clarence has somehow become involved with
spices it up, makes the game a little cooler.
So the park may still have some amusements. Enjoy the ride, 47.
Looks like we've got a little foul play going on here. Nothing suspicious about a blood trail leading to the gate. And this mission in particular really walks you through the thing. It tells you what to do step by step. So
I'm here to see Joseph Clarence.
Cracker? Really?
Mr. Swing King.
Oh, that sorry ass dickhead. What the fuck they call you?
Names of a friends, so I don't need one.
Ooh. Note to Black Gang stereotype: don't call Agent 47 Cracker. It won't end well for you. You can see by the interface there, the inventory interface is a direct console port. And I'm going to run into a little trouble here because I don't remember how to throw coins, which they want me to do to distract these guys. And it does work because I remember using it in the PS3 version. But all I can do is drop it, and it turns out I have to hold my G key, aim, and then throw. But I didn't figure that out till later. So I'm just going to have to go out there and take care of these guys badass Hitman style. One other nice addition to Blood Money is they did add a close quarter combat mode, so once you're within a range of people you can punch them, or better yet disarm them, take their weapons and use them. So definitely a step up from Hitman 2, and you'll see I'm going to use that here momentarily since I decided that I cannot throw a coin. You were saying? Alright, now I've got a gun. So I'm going to pick up the ammo and then we'll head into the funhouse itself. Or the theater, whatever it is, I don't know. Crazy junky looking place here. So you can save during a mission in both this game and Hitman 2. I tend to try to not use that feature. Honestly, I probably should more often because it sucks having to play a whole mission over again, as we may or may not find out a little later on. But this is the lawyer who was apparently beat up in his car and taken in here, so for what it's worth, I'll save his life. He hasn't seen me, so I'll let him live. And you can do a lot more different kind of climbing and jumping across spaces and stuff in this game. That's kind of what they're showing you now. I still haven't mastered this balcony jump because I've done it twice and I don't remember which key I hit, but eventually I hit the right one. So he goes across and we're going to find ourselves a shotgun. And again, I like the ambient little gang tags and posters with T&A on them. Alright, 2 more gangsters down. And they're going to give us a lesson in how to hide bodies. See crates or freezers laying around. They're good places to stash bodies temporarily, so that other guards or individuals don't get alerted. And of course they've timed it so that the other dude doesn't come in until I manage to stash these guys, but it works out because, like I said, it is a tutorial, so they can't expect me to know everything. And now I've got to hide in a little wardrobe there. And friendly neighborhood chemist is going to come in and it's just going to be a matter of sneaking up behind my friend here and doing an over-the-shoulder choke out, because I need both his pass card and his clothes. So you can see this guy's got nice crop of gray hair on his head, and I'm completely bald. But apparently to black gangsters, all white people look the same, because none of that really tips them off. Huh. And they're showing us how to use key cards, which, if memory serves, comes to play in quite a few of the missions to follow. Just quite a bit more of cool, calm, and collected walking, so as not to break the disguise. And now they're going to give us a lesson in how to stash firearms to get past security checkpoints, which we've seen sort of in the first mission I played of Hitman 2, for what that was worth. I picked the other gun up and decided it would be foolish to try to carry that as well, since I already had one hidden inside this tray of baking soda, which I'm assuming they're using to cut their
Gotta check you, white bread.
drugs. White bread, yeah, nice.
Alright, you cool.
Now we're going to click to another little cutscene to give us some more backstory on the bad guy here.
I can get the money, sweetie. It's as good as mine already. Mr. Spook's got it. We'll open the park. It'll be like old times. No, just a few more days. You gotta believe me. Don't say that, sunshine. Mr. Spook's gonna come true, baby. He's good for the money. I won't sign the papers. I won't. You gotta give me one more chance. You gotta. Baby cakes? Sunshine? Hello?
So apparently his trophy wife is going to leave him because he doesn't have any money anymore. And he's letting these guys produce drugs in his amusement park to get cash, but he hasn't got paid yet, so... Sucks to be you, pal, because Agent 47 is coming for you. Another kind of cool feature is the from above choke out move with the fiber wire. Just cut the power and sneak by these guys, and then I foolishly, and or maybe not so foolishly, go back to finish these guys off when I think I should have just pushed forward, but it all works out eventually. Because they're just going to show us another new feature to the game, which is the human body shield. People pee a lot in this game. Never ends well for them either. Alright, so now I've got my body shield. I'm going to go out there and take out the riff-raff and use this fella to catch bullets for me. And I think they want me to go into the next room around the corner, but if you do it that way, these guys come in after you anyhow, so only difference is you don't have to worry about these chicks, because some of them get nervous and pick up guns too, and then you have to kill them as well. And you know, I don't like shooting women unless I have to. You can see a lot of the character models are redundant, but are clones of each other, I should say, but that's to be expected with games, especially older games. I'm hoping that Hitman Absolution will have less of that, but there's only so much modeling they can put in a game, which is why characters tend to look similar, if not the same. So now I've got a submachine gun, and I have to go up, and I think they're gonna give us a lesson in sniping, which I'm pretty good with, so shouldn't be a problem.
It's been a while now, Scoop, and I was just wondering where we were on the whole money thing.
Were you?
Yeah, see, the thing is, if you remember, you know, what we agreed to was it'd just be a short while and you'd pay in cash, and I know what the pressures you are under must be, but the deal is a deal, and I was hoping, you know, maybe you could just pay what we agreed on, even though you've been here for, heck, more than twice as long as we agreed to, but just pay the original amount and move on. Not right away necessarily, but, you know, I'd appreciate it.
No.
It's always odd when you make deals with drug dealers and then they don't hold their end of the bargain. It's always so, just comes out of nowhere. But I'm gonna do a little quick snipe here. So there's 3 dudes outside, 2 of which have sniper rifles, but they don't have Agent 47 skill. Apparently the guy on the ground didn't hear all the loud gunfire. Or if he did, he wasn't able to figure out where it came from. Turns out it was behind you, pal. 3 shots, 3 headshots. I'm awesome. That's all I gotta say. Now they're going to give us a little lesson in syringes. They replace the anesthetic on a rag stuff that they did before. They either have poison, which you can put in things or injected people to kill them, or they have sedatives, which you can use to knock people out. So I'm going to go up behind this guy and just stick him in the neck while he's hitting on the rather well-endowed secretary there. And brutal as I am, I just couldn't bring myself to kill her, so I had to let her and her exposed thong run away. Relatively unharmed, albeit a bit traumatized. And they want me to dispose of the body by throwing him over the balcony, just showing you that that's another option to hide bodies later on in the game. Then we get the cutscene to see the ground view of the body hitting as the woman runs away. But we're pretty much through the bad stuff. We just gotta go into the office proper, take care of the mission at hand.
Who the hell are you? How'd you get in here? Carol Ann!
My client has hired me to show you this photograph.
I don't understand.
My client has asked me to ensure it's the last thing you ever see. Please, look at the photograph, Mr. Clarence.
Oh, please. Haven't I suffered enough? Don't you think I know how much suffering I'm responsible?
I know it seemed a bit cruel, but I am a hitman. That's what I get paid for. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's ugly work, but it's what I get paid the big bucks for. So now it's just a matter of getting to the exit point, and I'm home free. They're just going to give us a little lesson in remote detonated explosives, and then I'm going to get cocky and maybe something bad will happen. Gonna get my little gangsta SMG out just in case there's more trouble than I anticipated, which there will be. Now they just want me to plant a bomb on the winch there, which will bring the chandelier down and crush everyone, thus making an easy exit. See another example of the cutscene there. It killed everybody except the leader, and I see him coming up the stairs. But I didn't realize how low my health was, and I wasn't able to shoot him accurately with my SMG. So, a couple shots with the deagle, and I'm done. But you do get a couple seconds of life as you die in slow motion, so I was able to return the favor to him before keeling over and dying in slow motion, red style. So, as opposed to making you watch that whole mission again, even though I had to play the whole thing again, I'm going to go ahead and cut forward to the same point, and we'll go from there. Now this time I decided to bring the sniper rifle with me, basically for two reasons. A, to take out the crime boss, and B, because I wasn't sure if in this game you got to carry weapons over to your home base after completing missions if you had them in your inventory at the time. But I think in Blood Money you actually have to purchase your weapons, so even if you got them in hand, you don't get to have them available at your home base for missions and your points. Little no-scope sniping action there. So, a little easier than I made it out to be in my first playthrough, but just gonna pack up my sniper rifle. Make sure that this chick isn't gonna cause any problems. I like the reflecting surfaces that they have too in this game. Figured I'd stop and pick up the Desert Eagle just in case I was able to use it. I considered shooting her, but just couldn't muster up the energy to be that heartless. Neat thing is, at the end, they give you news stories about the mission, so you can look at them and read a little news article about your massacre. But you know, I basically had to kill a lot of people on this mission. They didn't give me the option to be too sneaky, and it gives you kind of a breakdown of what happened and what evidence the investigators found. Ideally, the less evidence that you leave, the better your score is going to be for the mission. So kind of gives you a review of what you need to improve on. Now we've got gentleman that ordered the assassination, reading the news story about it, and a little bit pleased. So, you know, it's not all bad what I do. Makes some people happy. So we're just going to take a quick trip to the hideout, which you get to do between most missions, and that's where you get to see all the weapons that you have in your inventory. So those are available for missions, and there's bottles and targets and stuff you can shoot at just to get familiar with the feel of the different weapons that you have available to you. And you know, if I remember correctly, you can actually purchase upgrades and such for the weapons, which is why the cutouts look a little different than the actual weapons that are there. But it's just a matter of completing missions to get money, if I remember correctly. But we'll probably see that as we move along through the game. And enjoying this a little more than Hitman 2, because like I said, it's a little more updated, a little more graphically stimulating, and there's a lot more options in the gameplay. So hoping that the improvement between 2 and Blood Money will be matched, if not exceeded, by improvement between Blood Money and Absolutions. Well, we shall see, shan't we? So that'll do it for this ever-long and failed and then successful episode. And we'll see you guys later. Have a good one, and thanks for watching.